to have a bunch of coding experience to do that. If you're a coder, I think you can get a lot of value out of this as well. But you don't have to be a coder. So with that said, I want to run through a couple of words that I know I'm going to use accidentally. One is going to be API. An API is simply a connection between two different devices and using computer code, right? So an API call to a credit card processor is, hey guys, here's information about the payer. This is how much money I want to send. And then the API will answer back whether the transaction is approved or not. It could be an API call, could be, hey, SendGrid, I want to send an email. We're going to talk about databases, which is just where you store data. And we're going to do a little bit of that. That might be a little bit of the most challenging part of what we're going to do today, but yet it's not going to be too complicated. And we're going to talk a little bit about front end. Front end, when you talk in terms of development, is everything the user can see. On the back end is what makes everything work together. And then in between that, I'm going to try to, John is there with me. John Garcia has been with me from the beginning of GrooveCard, even for a couple of years prior to GrooveCard, and has been, uh, with the company from the beginning. He's a head of support. He's got a tremendous and difficult job as well. And he's gonna help us monitor the chat, answer any question or some of that stuff. So guys, and then also my brother Jesse is here visiting from the Netherlands, wanting to see that demo as well. So that gives me the GB Willy now. So with that said, guys, welcome. Today's gonna be great. We're gonna take a few pauses. We're gonna ask a few questions. I think I'm gonna go at least 2 hours, but you're welcome to stay. Go. There is going to be a replay of this. And also, my wife had to get an emergency surgery in her tooth, so she's out. She's not here, which means the kids are going to come back from school. So the dog might start barking, but we're going to work through this together. It's going to be the least of our challenge today. With that said, welcome. Anybody has any questions before we get going? Not groove related, nothing, just generally about what's going to happen. I'm going to give you a quick idea of what to expect over the next 4 weeks. Today, we're going to look at what we do on the front end app, on how to maximize the use of AI apps. That is, how we're going to tell AI what we want, how to make it look good, right? Next week, we're going to look how to turn this beautiful thing that we're going to do today into something that actually works and connect to a database. And then the following week, we're going to kick it to an advanced level where maybe we're even going to try another set of apps to go ahead and modify the codes and really kind of tweak things and do some expert level stuff. Not a requirement. This is really for those of you that want to geek it out to the end. And then the following week, we're going to try to actually, hopefully, all do an app together. So I'm going to reveal my secrets to you guys today, and I am ready to get going. All right, so let me share my screen. And if I get disconnected from Zoom, because I'm going to go from one window to another all the time, I will connect right back. The reason is I tend to close windows when I get too many open window, and I've closed Zoom on people more than once. And I'm going to verify. Can you guys give me a 1 in the box if you actually see my screen? And John, you're looking at the chat. It's all good?
All good, Matt. All systems go.
Okay, cool. All right. So I'm going to start with something called Claude. Actually, Claude is just a chat GPT, but I like it because I think sometimes it does a little bit better job for everything that's coding, right? And but you can use chat GPT. Actually, chat 0.3 is even better. So the idea is I didn't prepare for this today at all. Actually, about an hour ago, I was like, are we going to do a CRM project? Are we going to do a survey? And I didn't get much of a consensus, so I figured I'll go with a CRM just because I get a couple more people asking for CRMs than I did for a survey software. So why am I going to use Claude? I'm not going to use him to write any kind of codes. And if you don't want to use Claude, you can use ChatGPT. You can even use Groove AI to do that without any problem. What I'm going to do is, because I'm so new, I don't know how to write any codes. I don't even know how to plan on doing a software. I'm actually going to leverage the help of AI from A to Z, right? So what do we want to do today? Well, let's give it a brain dump. So I use an app that allows me to, actually, I don't know if I have it turned on. Maybe I forgot to turn it on. Oh, it doesn't work because I'm on Zoom. So I use an app that allows me actually um to talk to the computer, and it taps everything I said, right? And that helps me tremendously. But I'm not going to be able to do that today. So, but I'm going to leverage AI to do the first part. The first part is we're going to try to determine what do we want in the software. And AI is going to do a much better job than me in trying to type up everything I want. So let's give it a quick outline, right? And I'm going to look at the chat. And if anybody has some extra ideas, actually, I'm going to have you guys participate a little bit. What are you guys looking for in a CRM software? So I'm going to start here by saying, I am looking to write and guys, I know it sounds basic, but trust me, it's going to go from there, right? I'm looking to write a CRM software. Now, the key word here is software, right? And I need your help to generate prompts for my project. Why? Because we're actually going to use AI to generate prompts. It's going to do a much better job. I'm going to tell you guys right now, the technology we're going to use, because it's compatible with everything, is going to be, I want to use Next.js, for example, right? React.js. And let's say, I'm going to say maybe Chad CN. What are those? These are just some computer languages and some pre-made kits, but that makes things a lot easier to move forward. So that's some of the instruction we're going to need to give the software. Okay. And so what are you guys help me out here. What are you guys looking for a CRM software? I know what I want, so I'm going to type my stuff while you guys give me some idea. I want to be able to keep track and collect data maybe from who? From my visitors on my website, right? What else do we need? Or even if someone calls me on the phone. What else do we have? I have a sales process, right? That consists of acquiring a lead, right? And then maybe contacting the customer. Or what do we want? You guys give me some ideas there. What do you want in the CRM? I said we need to acquire a lead, right? A CRM is a customer relationship management software, and maybe I should have given you guys a little bit more ideas. The idea is you're a business, and you have people that could walk in, call you, go on your website, and you want to capture their information. But from there, what's important to you is to be able to do the proper follow up with the customer, right? Be reminded that you haven't talked to that person. Send an invoice, send a quote, and just keep track of the lifetime of that customer. How much money is he earning you? How much he is doing, and all that kind of stuff, right? So here I see IA's got their very good ideas, right? So that consists of acquiring leads, right? Via phone, email, or walk-in. I want to keep track of the journey of the customer. I think that's super important. And their information. Um, and say, and somebody wanted to connect to Shopify. Very interesting. I like that. Let's say, I don't know. I want to do something that you guys can actually use when we finish the session. So let me see. I need the management of the lead to be done via Kanban. Do me a quick favor, guys. If you know what Kanban is, put a 1 in a box, and if you don't, put a 0. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna give me 6 minutes to do that. I'm gonna give you guys a quick story about Starbucks. Historically, in the United States, when you used to go to McDonald's, you'd order a burger, and then they'd go in the back and they would cook it and then bring you back your burger. Um, Starbucks came up with a new way, and actually it was invented by Toyota technically, but a new way of managing your business, which is called Kanban. It comes from the Scrum way of thinking. And what it is you assign a physical card to each and every one of your contact, excuse me. So for example, if you're building a car, you actually put a sticker on the car and you look at how that card or sticker is moving along. So to give you an idea, And then you create columns that's going to show the different stages of your process. So it's very similar to, maybe I'm going to open up a quick Trello board here to show you guys. For those of you that are not similar with Trello, that's what it is. So say, and I'm going to give you guys the example maybe of what happens in Starbucks so that you have maybe a little bit of a better idea of what it is. When you have for example, Starbucks started implementing Kanban. So what they did is first you have people waiting in line to go to the register. And the order in which people are being helped is the order at which they show up, right? So if you have multiple cards, for example, can I actually edit this? No, these are examples, so it won't let me touch them. Let me see. Let me try something else here real quick. Cannot use that. Let me use a real board that I have here somewhere. Oof, I'm afraid to open any of them. So anyway, this is some of the board we use here at Groove to keep track of some of the stuff that's going on. But for example, by moving this up, that becomes now the highest priority. This, by moving it down, becomes the second highest priority. So, and you have different steps on a project, right? When you do development, you're going to go from having an idea to this is a backlog of the things that I want to do. And you know what? I want to fix that 404 problem before something else. So I'm going to move it up in a list to investigating and maybe eventually work my way all the way to things that I have to do, things that are on hold on doing. So in the case of a CRM, we could very much manage it by saying, hey, I received a lead, I communicated with a lead, I sent them a quotation, waiting on signature, and the last column would be like win or lost for the sale, something of that nature. Does that make sense, guys? And if a customer is a little bit more important than me or is a bigger deal, I'm moving up in a list of people that I want to contact. I hope this kind of makes sense. So the Kanban system is what Starbucks is doing. First, we got people waiting in line. The person that's going to be helped first is going to be the one that's on top of the line. Then they're going to say, hey, Jerry, what is your name? And what kind of coffee do you want? And Jerry's going to say, hey, I want a coffee in a black mug. I want a medium macchiato. And then Starbucks is going to sprint a sticker that says medium macchiato, whatever it's called. Sorry, I forgot. Macchiato. And they're going to put a sticker on actually the cup. By selecting a medium cup, we know Jerry's going to get a medium coffee. If they pick a large cup, we know he's going to get a large coffee. And then it takes that cup and they give it to the next person. Well, if I'm the next person making coffee, I can't really make a mistake because I can physically touch that cup. I will never give Jerry a small coffee if Jerry ordered a big coffee because they handed me a big cup. So I cannot make a mistake there, right? Then I look on the actual cup and it says I want a caramel macchiato. So I'm going to do that. And it also said Jerry on it. Then I'm going to move it to the next person. So the coffee cup is going to go over here. And then the next person is going to say, Jerry, your coffee is ready. Jerry, your coffee is ready. And at that point, Jerry's going to come out. We know he's got the right size cup because it was something he could physically touch. We know it's the right coffee because it's printed on the cup. And we know I'm not going to give Jerry's coffee to Kirk because basically these are the name that was on the coffee cup. Does that make sense? And that's what Kanban is a step-by-step process and the order in which things are done in the order in which you move your card. So a big software that does that all the time is Trello, right? So we're going to keep that in mind. And so here I'm going to say I want to manage my leads via Kanban. And say I don't know, say I'm in credit card processing, right? So what would be the sales process? So first, as I receive my lead, right, I want to capture the following information. And we're going to make it basic, right? Name, last name, phone number, and maybe email address, right? We always want the email address. And then you know what I'm going to tell you guys that's important to me, okay? And then once I talk to the lead, I want to contact them and keep track of the order. Then I want to send them a quote, follow up as needed, get a signature, and either win or lose a. Now, if you look at that, there are so many mistakes. The first mistake is the spelling mistakes everywhere because I'm typing faster than I normally do. Number two, you don't get a signature until you win the lead, and so on. But that's why we're using AI because it's like I said, it's so much smarter than me. Okay. And then what else do I want? I want once a lead has purchased a product or signed an agreement, he becomes what? A customer. Okay? So I'm just going to keep it that basic for now, right? Now, AI is somewhat, it can be crazy, right? AI sometimes surprises me on where you tell him to do things, it does it so much differently. So I'm really going to spend time telling him what I want. I want this app to be professional. I want it to be useful, yet beautiful. It must look like an award-winning. Sounds kind of stupid, but trust me, those few words make such a big difference in what we're going to do, okay? I also need a front-end website. I need a login via, let's do Google today, right? And username and password for the owner of the app. How difficult do you guys want to push it? If you want to make it a SaaS app that you can resell over and over again, and give me a 1. If you want to make it for you, just for yourself, give me a 0. Here's the challenge with a SaaS app. When you do a SaaS app, we need to associate every lead with the companies. We need to associate the users with the lead and all that kind of crazy stuff. Wow, you guys surprised me. Everybody wants to take the difficult path. So you all are going to be here for 4 weeks. Emma, I'll see you in 4 weeks from today. Frank, smart. Okay. All right, let's go with let's make it actually we'll make it maybe we'll not make it a SaaS today, but turn it into a SaaS. And that would be super challenging. I don't know. Allez, let's go for it. I want it to be a SaaS app that I can resell. Therefore, I need to associate a user with a company and a company with the leads and etc. Please help me write a prompt to get this done and break it into manageable pieces and tasks, right? As I go along, I need you to keep track of what I have done and not, and I will give you feedback. Would you guys prefer if we did that in, there's another option. Would you guys prefer if we did that in ChatGPT or Claude? We can do either one. The beauty about ChatGPT is they have one that's actually, that's called reasoning now, or 3. So, but it gives you a lot of blah, blah, blah. And then I'm going to play dumb. I don't know what features to have. Can you suggest features and ask me as many questions as you want until we are ready to program, which we must start doing in a few minutes here. Ready to code. By the way, AI will be coding that. I do not want code. I want prompt. And let's see what it's going to spit. If we get, so we're getting above what we're understanding is SaaS app, both front end, website, admin dashboard, lead capture, sales pipeline tracking, user company hierarchy. I love it. There's no more spelling mistake. Modern tech stack, Next.js, React, ChatCN. Just write that down, guys. If you don't know what it is, it's okay, but keep track of it. It's going to be so useful. I want it to be professional winning. I want a sales pipeline. You mentioned lead quote, follow-up signature, win-lose customer. Do you want the ability to customize this stage per company? Say, why not? Yes, I like that. So I'll just take the answer. As in is put, yes, we will do the automation later. Okay? Not for today. And then customer, would you like integrated email capabilities? Absolutely. Do you need template for quotes and follow up? So this is going to be yes, yes, yes. Do we want a customer portal? Maybe not today. We're going to be here until about midnight. So I'm going to say yes, yes, and no. Okay, cool. Do we want multiple roles? I guess so, right? And look at how much of the work it has to do. If you were to be a developer today, you'd have to think about those things, you'd have to code them. And us as manager at Groove, when we created Groove, we had to spend so much time doing all that stuff, right? Um, and look at that, it's doing most of the work for you. Okay, analytics reporting, we'll do that later. I'll tell you guys why, because it's going to be so easy to do. Integration, do you need integration with specific tool? Absolutely. I'm sure you guys would kill for calendar from what I've seen lately. But I'm going to say no integration for now. No integrations, no tools for now. Why? Because these are stuff we can take on very easily. Mobile app version, everybody's going to be like, yeah, but maybe not today. So I'm going to hit enter and see what we get. Now it's organizing it a little bit. And look at that. I get a beautiful prompt. Create a Next.js application with the following authentication company setup. Primary requirement. Boom, 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 right? I get all of this already started from me. Diligent to follow modern SaaS, right? Company dashboards. That's the second prompt, which means first we're going to do the first part, and then we're going to do the second part, and so on. Would you like to continue with a prompt with uh, one yes, two yes, and three yes? Look at that. I'm getting AI to do the prompt. Now, if I had my microphone and I was talking to it, I would have been even faster. Hey guys, so I'm thinking of doing an app that's gonna keep track of my kid's homework grades. And every time he's having a bad grade, I want to blah 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 blah. And every time he's having a good grade, I want to do this. And the app will just you talk to it and then you generate your prompt through AI. It's very important, guys, to generate your prompt through AI and not try to do it manually. And then another thing, what do we need? We said we need a front end website, right? I need a front end website for the app. Help me generate a prompt. Why did I do that last? Because I wanted to look at all of this to know exactly what I'm going to sell, right? Okay, guys, do you want the marketing to be style Groove or style Microsoft today? Somebody tell me. Do we want to be a hardcore marketer or we want to be super nice? Okay, I don't do either one. So I need the marketing to be very effective on a website. I need the website to be animated. I'm going to use the word colorful, not that it's something I really believe in, but I think it's good for the context of what we're doing so you guys can see the difference. And very marketing. The user must visit the website and want to sign up for my CRM software. Okay. Uh, Please give me a prompt, a complete prompt for the user-facing website. Now, you guys, you're going to see what it's going to tell me. Have you guys ever done that before? Give me a 1 or a 0. Okay, cool. Now, here section, bold, attention grabbing, da 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 da, key feature, animated, blah 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 blah. Okay. Modern scheme, telling me everything that needs to be on a website, right? Now, I need you to add all the marketing text and system features, make room for a sign up button and CTAs. Market in a similar way than, let's say, anybody want to give me the name of big marketers that they love? No volunteers? A well-known marketer. Frank Kern is a winner. Okay. So you guys, here I'm spending a while to do it, but to give you an idea, this morning I did a complete eBay website in about 20 minutes. You can do a website for a restaurant in just a few minutes. So look at that. We're already trusted by 1,000+ companies, 98% customer satisfaction. Come on, guys, let me have a one in a box. We didn't even start the application yet. 98% customer satisfaction. You're paying for, don't pay for feature you never use, blah, blah, blah. So there we go. We're going to take this. We're not going to try to refine it because that's not our exercise today. But we needed a website. So now we got a website. It's going to look nice. Okay. And now give me the entire prompt for the website. And now I got a prompt. Part one is done. There you go. It's organizing everything. It's adding some visual effect. The only thing we didn't ask is images because it's kind of hit or miss with AI a little bit. Sometimes I venture with it, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm having use Splash and Splash to do it. Okay, cool. So we get that. We're gonna wait for this prompt to be finished. Then I'm gonna have you guys navigate to a place where we're gonna use a tool that can help us accelerate everything called bolt.new. Has any of you guys used bolt.new before? Give me a one if you did and a zero if you haven't. Okay, cool. All right. So with bolt.new, we're gonna be able to do almost all of our front end stuff very, very fast. So I have it here. I'm just gonna copy it. Now, bolt.new guys, you need to uh, register with them and create an account with them. It's only $1,800 a month. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's $20 a month, and with that $20 a month, you could do an app till you turn red. I mean, personally, I haven't spent $20 a month on this, and I've never used all of my token. As you can see here, I have 17.7 million token remaining, and I think by the time we're done with this, we'll be lucky if we get down to 16 million token. I think so. This is crazy what you get for $20 a month, guys. Very difficult. Take what we just did together, paste it here. What I'm going to do, and I'm just doing the website right now. I'm going to say, I'm also going to tell him, hey, if you have a good idea, don't hesitate to improve. Okay? Because it's a different thinking engine. So why not? To improve. Okay. And I'm also going to say, I'm on the website. You guys remember in Next.js, and let's just say Tailwind CSS, which is just make a note of it, CN maybe, and we said, what was the other one? React.js. These are just some pre-made boxes and code the thing can use. And on your mark, really said, go, let's see what we get. Now, all that stuff is, guys, I don't know if you're ever going to use a Groove Page Builder after this again, but all right, let's see what we got. Oh, it's doing all kind of stuff. It's actually a very, very fast process. Right now, we created so many pages. Look at what you see here is all the files being created on your behalf. Now, AI is artificial intelligence. It doesn't go on eBay and copy stuff and paste it here. AI is really artificial intelligence. What does that mean? This is going to make mistake along the way. It's going to make a ton of mistake. Okay. And as it makes mistake, I'm going to show you guys how to deal with them. So here we go. It's going, 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 going. Are you guys finding this to be good content so far? So far? While we wait on the AI, give me a little bit of feedback if you're cool with it. Cool. Well, it's going to get better here within a few seconds, I'm sure. Okay, I got some feedback from here. Usually on preview, we see the website. That has never happened to me before, where it goes wrong on the very first try, but I'm sure it's going to tell me one here. Oh, maybe it's our first start here. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, I just need to. So basically, it powered up a server for us. Oh yeah, very first try, we got an error. We got an error. Why? Because I told it to use React.js and all that stuff, and it didn't quite install everything that needs to be there. Guys, hang on to your seat. It's so hard to fix an error. You see the button right here that says attempt fix? We'll just click it and see what happens. There we go. I fixed the missing components, and there we go. Now, a question I would have if I was you guys is how am I going to get that live on the internet? And we're totally going to talk about that in just a few seconds. It's almost as difficult as clicking attempt fixed. You got to click the button deploy over here. So let's see what we get. Now, do I understand any of that? No, not at all. I don't know why it's doing any of this, but I do know that it gave me this. Look at that. Even suggested I do a video. So here's a website. What do you guys think about this website? You want to do you come up with a name for it, Sales Pro, transform your leads into revenue with the most intuitive CRM builder ever. Um, Tired of complex CRM, blah, blah, blah. So of course you guys can refine that from A to Z, right? Um, you know what would be cool? I've always wanted a website where the top here where it says transform your lead into revenue would be like a typewriter. Why not do that, right? First of all, it's boring. This website is so boring. Can you add some colors and some animations? And then the top title, I would like it to be a typewriter, all caps, that goes in and out, typing stuff and removing it. I think that would look so cool. I've seen on the website the other day and I thought it looked so cool. So now, as you guys can tell, you can kind of give him a new set of instruction. Now, let me tell you guys, this did not require any back end whatsoever. It's all front end, right? You remember what we spoke about, front end being what the customer can see. So I don't want to call that an app. This is just a website. This is just a front end. There's nothing else to this, right? Robert is already asking the nasty questions. Wait, Robert, how do we import it into Groove CM? That's why I don't want to show this kind of stuff sometimes. Good job. He's got the gotcha of the day. I think there's a way we're working on it on the back end actually. Um, if you guys see a page builder coming up through AI with your lifetime Groove CM membership, I think today you have an idea of what's happening in the back end, what's going to happen in the back end. I actually managed to reproduce this bolt.new app, and I have a fully functional copy of it under my name, but I didn't want to show that to you guys. Because it's not refined yet. Oh, look at this typewriter. I like it. All right. It's already made my day. Now, I got a question for you guys. The first one to answer win. If I want to remove this, watch this 2-minute video, how do I do that? Somebody tells me, how do I want to remove this icon that says watch a 2-minute video? Anybody's got any ideas? Tell it to remove it. There you go. Removes a watch 2-minute video thingy. Okay. Now, like I said, guys, this is that easy. But again, it's now remember we started at I believe 17.7 million monthly tokens remaining. I still have 17.6 million. Okay, I'm not lying, it's right here. So it's hard to run out of now. I'm gonna give you guys right now the most important trick of this 4-week session. Okay. This is the absolute most important trick that's going to help you be successful with AI. And that's why a lot of people don't know how to do. This prompt I'm going to type right now is absolutely crucial and super important. Are you ready? I need you to create a doc directory, okay, with a markdown file. And always having a brain fart. That's what's the most important thing. And always, oh yeah, always with a markdown file and create a wiki with your changes, an explanation of the app, and any changes you do so that AI can program faster in the future. This is what took from me hours and hours of coding down to a few minutes. You tell it every time you do something, I want you to document it. This is the biggest secret. This is why I kick ass in doing app compared to most people. I tell it everything you do, I want you to document it. Okay. And I will remind him to do that over and over again. So now if you look at your codes here, okay, usually I spend a little bit more time. I tell you to create 3 files, right? But welcome to the Sales Pro documentation, table of content, project overview, key features, and look at that. It's putting a list of files. It is so important, guys, to do that because as I'm going to do some other stuff, I'm going to do some other prompt. AI is going to forget what I did. AI is like the movie Memento. It's got a 10 seconds memory. It remembers what you just did. It's getting better and better. It remembers what you just did. It doesn't remember what you did 3 hours ago at all. So if in 3 hours I say remove the singing with a video, the thing's going to be like, I don't know how. It worked here because I did it 1 minute ago. If I come back, it's actually not based on time, it's based on the number of prompts I have in between. But by doing this simple fix, it created 3 files. It created readme.md, component.md, and styling.md. What does that mean? Every time I'm going to do something new, it's going to know how to style it. Okay, every time I'm going to do some changes, it's going to know what to do. So, and it didn't do a pricing page, right? So, um, I would never do that for a real live app, I think. But what I'm going to do is I can tell it to come up with a pricing page and decide on a strategy in pricing. So here it's mad because I click pricing, right? And he hadn't developed that page. So the moment I clicked it, AI is like, oh shit, I better deliver something. And now it started working on the pricing page. So look at that. It's coming up with some pricing for us. 29 a month. If you pay yearly, it's $24, up to 1,000 contact, basic pipeline management, email tracking, all the stuff we told you we wanted. So now if you click on pricing, look at that. It's right there. Guys, I didn't invent that. I just gave you a URL, bolt.new. But trust me, it's all in the prompt. Okay. Oh boy, that probably means we're gonna have to do a shopping cart here sooner or later. Are you guys liking that? Is that cool training? Now imagine you want to work a workflow. Okay, now I'm full discretion when we decided to do workflow certification with Mac and we decided to do N8N on Flowise. This was the stuff I was tinkering with back then. But in reality, you can use this to create badass workflows and make your life so much easier. And so keep that in mind, right? Because we're going to create an API. What is a workflow? Our workflow is an API from A to Z. That's it. And back from A to B to C to whatever. You can tell it what to do. So, guys, this is, does anybody want to see it online? Like, do you guys believe me that this can be deployed online? Well, all you're going to do right now is you're going to click the deploy button. Are you ready? On your mark, set, go. I'm clicking it. Up, and I'm going to give everybody a quick link. And I'd like to see if you guys are able to see it online. Now, what it's doing here is it's creating the next I was telling you about. It's creating a little server that you guys don't have to mess with. Okay. It's deploying the server and it's going to give me a stupid URL that nobody's going to want to use. So part of this process in the next few days is we're going to go from stupid URL all the way. If you guys are, I'm going to extend it 1 more week. But we're going to do it a 5-week session where I'm going to show you how to build your own server. But that's going to be for those of you that's not fan of Heart. Now, guys, I promise you, everybody, I've seen codes because I was in charge of PrestaShop USAs and I started Groove and I worked with coders. So I've seen codes all my life, but I've never coded anything till. But now I feel like, hopefully I won't start to do AI for medicine because I can be dangerous. I feel like I'm a better coder than everybody I've ever met. Who can create that in 20 minutes? Come on, impossible. So hopefully I won't become an AI doctor because there'll be trouble. So here's a link for you guys to enjoy. I'd like to know if it opens to other people than me. On your mark, set, go. I'm going to put it here in the box. And you guys should be in the chat. And it's not letting me. Maybe I'm not allowed to chat. Yeah. Can you guys see if you can see the website? I'm going to try it myself. All right. Everybody has it in the chat. It's working. No links. Yeah, it's right above it, Robert. Okay. Well, I got news for you guys. We did the fun part and the easy part. Now, are you guys ready to create an app from this? Even though you know what, right now, I think all my buddies at group would kick my butt for this kind of marketing here. So I'm going to say, I need you to add some testimonials, right? Don't you guys want testimonials on the website? Absolutely, right? A few call to actions, show why Sales Pro is better than other CRM. Somebody give me another idea of something that would be very marketing. Oh, the link never came in the chat, guys? It didn't work? It should be, oh, because I sent it to Michelle directly. Michelle, I'm so sorry, didn't mean to do that. Let me see how, oh, I cannot send a link to everybody, can I? Oh, meeting group, yeah, okay, my bad, everybody. Only Michelle got the link. Okay, what else, what else would make that marketing? Oh, somebody said a new Facebook group. Okay, so, hey, what about a link to all the social media stuff? I don't want to tell it's Facebook and all that stuff. Who's gonna come up with it? Um, all right. Anybody else for something that's very marketing? Come on, yo, you guys are all marketers. Show me some marketing. What else would you want on the website to be a good marketer? Come on. Video. Bravo. Okay. I need a video placeholder right below the hero. Good. All right. Anything else? Ah, sales page. I like that. Hey, Nico. I know, I'm so sorry. I'm only called baby. Can you please leave? You can say hi real quick, but there's. Hello. Hey, can you take the dog out and you go? Morty. Bye. Come on, let's go. Come on. Come on. Which, I guess it's not Mongo, huh? All right, so let's keep that going. So testimonial cards, absolutely. And let's just add it. So then I'm gonna be happy with the website for us to keep moving. Look at all these Chinese it's gotta do to do that. As long as nobody says a countdown timer, I'll be happy. Yes, so bolt.diy is what I've been working with typically. It's actually very rare that I use bolt.new. I'm answering some question in the chat that I see. And I created my own version of bolt.diy and I'm white labeling it and hopefully I'll be able to hook that up to in the near future generate web page like this. Okay, there we go. Let's see what the new web page looks for. Okay, and now we got a placeholder for the video as promised. So I think I've given you guys enough information to generate a cool website. Look at that. Now I did a comparison to others because I told you to be a little bit more markety. Loved by sales team everywhere. Here goes Sarah. Sarah, thank you for using Sales Pro for years. I truly appreciate it. Michael, more power to you, and so on. Okay, guys? Okay. I hope we got some good information as it's now. We'll get that going. I want to tell you, I'm actually super disappointed with the video here. What I can do is I can scroll back up. I can click undo here. Do you guys see the undo button? Is that good enough on your screen? And if I want to, I can go back and come back to a previous state, but just you scroll slowly and you find a place, roll back to the checkpoint here or roll back here. You can't really make a mistake. But, and I'm going to show you some stuff that's even cooler than that next time. But today you got to deal with bolt.me. Now we're going to take this, we'll take it to the next level. All right, guys, to have a little bit more fun, let's do this. I want to do this app we've been talking about. So I'm going to go back to Claude. I'm going to say, okay, now I got the website. I wanted to start with the website because that's a landing point, but now I want to create the app, right? So here's my prompt. Prompt number one, we wanted the authentication company set up, right? But I'm going to tell him one more thing just to facilitate our life. I'm going to say, I want you to work on the front end only. Okay. Um, do not do any API or backend work.
Yeah, can I,
Yeah. Okay. So do not do any API or backend work. Okay. And then I'm gonna drop the prompt. Now I see that prompt, right? There's a couple pieces of instruction I need to add to it, right? Now I want to program the CRM. And I'm gonna say I need a login button, but I don't want to program it yet. So please simulate. Okay, for now. What else do we need? Create company registration, design a clean. Okay. Not gonna tell him what to use yet, right? I'm gonna tell him not to use a database. Normally I would. I actually would use a database, but for the purpose of this demo, I really want to break the back end and the front end together, just for the purpose of this demo. Validation is a word we use in IT that we use all the time. If you have a problem sometime where something doesn't validate, is because if you put a full number and, for example, you put too many digits or an email doesn't have the @ sign, that's what validation is, right? So just keep that in mind. Design should be clean, minimal, da 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 da. All right, cool. Are you guys ready? Let's do it. Let's see what happens. I have a feeling we might have to roll that one back because we're doing something. I forgot to do something major on my prompt. Can somebody tell me what I forgot that was so important on my prompt? Always document everything, right? I forgot to tell him. I should do it on every big prompt like this. Add it to the documentation and keep track of the documentation. Yeah, nice call. Then you're paying attention. I like it. Kurt, I promise you, we'll get more DBs and you'll know what to do with. All right. It says it did it. Um, so hey, one thing that's funny, you see how at the end it says, would you like me to add additional feature? If you just always say yes, it's crazy how complex the app can get. Yes, add more features. And by the way, document all your changes in MD folder in docs folder and keep track of your changes in a markdown. I'm gonna do yes one time so you guys see what it does. Okay. Look at that. Now it's documenting everything it did. Guys, this is so important. If I didn't say it enough, that's gonna be the difference between you guys calling me saying, I can't figure it out, I cannot do an app, I cannot do an app, and you creating your own app. Document, have it document. Look at that. See, for example, here it documented what it used to do the typewriter. The admin set up everything. It's stuff that I discovered over time. There's a container system, right? Everything is there. So when you do changes in the future, it's so much faster. Okay, let's try it. Let's press the login button, see what we get. It's kind of a hit or miss. Nothing. Oh, no, we do. Okay, we got to a 404 page. Not the experience I wanted. Maybe I need to start a free trial real quick. Okay, so now, I gotta click the attempt fix button. That's a required step, I guess. So I'm doing it right now. I know Kirk is pointing at me. I must have done something wrong. I'm not sure. Whoops. Whatever it is, I apologize. There we go, that we're creating. So what happened is maybe I did it too quick. When I clicked login, I got an error. So I clicked fix. See what happens. Let's try again. Maybe I can try the freeze. Oh, so I get another error. That's because this time I click start free trial. Why? Because it's probably gonna set me up with also registration system. Look at that. You know how many hours it used to take? Even to do what we did now would have taken a dev so many hours. Look at all these line of codes they would have had to type to make this stuff work. Look at that div, blah, 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 blah. Look at that. So having a whole team in, holy moly. Look at all the code it takes to do what we're going to see next. Always impresses me. Okay, start free trial. Still an error. That's okay. We're dealing with artificial intelligence. It's not perfect, so we're just going to tell them to fix it. So here was just a link from, it usually tells you what's wrong when it's fixing something. What was last time that you had a hard time doing it? Oh yeah, I know exactly what is wrong now. Okay, let's go. Speaking Chinese to me. Actually, I know what's really wrong. You see here, it says middleware cannot be used without export. So what it's telling me is that it's actually wanted to start working on the database. So we have, it's really wanting to go to a database now, which makes sense, right? It wants to register people and see who's supposed to have access and who doesn't. So I'm going to try this quick fix. Maybe I'm going to remind him once that we're just doing the front end. But right now it's looking for a place. Like, how do I know if, if Johan is a valid user or not, or is he not supposed to be here, right? And that's what it's actually doing at this very moment. Hey, do you have anybody in the waiting room, John, or is everybody in? I got somebody texting me to let them in again.
No, the waiting room is actually empty. Everybody's in.
All right, cool. Well, let's try that one more time for good luck. Okay, look at that. All I had to do is click attempt fix 3 times, which is a record. Usually it's no more than 2. So what's going to be the company name here? We're going to call it Groove, right? I'm going to put 123 Main Street. You know what? Don't you guys like it so much better when you go to a website and you don't complete the address? Right? So maybe we should do that. New York 1001. So see here, I can put anything, it will work. It doesn't know. Oh, the password. And by the way, if you guys use that link that I sent earlier, it should be able to keep track. Not getting any money from me today. Lifetime offer. Okay, free plan. No, it's really wanting money from me, huh? Let me see, maybe if I close that. There we go. Okay, it didn't start working on that portion, so let's go for it. Now it's kind of as you go along, it's starting to develop all the stuff based on what we've put in earlier. And this is going to be where we're going to have so much fun. This is going to be so cool what we're about to do next. So James said, I got involved with Groove so I wouldn't have to spend more money on other programs, $20 for this program, $20 for that program, start to add up every month. I'm showing you here how to create your own software. It's not a promise we made at Groove. It's like anything else. If you don't want to use what you're learning today, you're welcome to. And if you want to use it, then I hope you love it, But I'm not trying to squeeze any money from you. This is not even my website, bolt.new. I could have actually white labeled it and said, hey guys, it's $20 a month, but I'm just showing you something that is really, really cool that I felt worked really, really good for me, for you to use today if you want. So, but we sure didn't make any claims that we can help you create an app, at Groove. And I did actually even ways to do it without paying for this, but I think that $20 is well worth it because of the quality of the prompts that you get. Matt at groovedigital.com. So I'm recreating the account. I don't know why I have to do that. I think he might tell me that I'm going to tell him to skip bypass all this here. Okay, this is what we start with. What do you guys think? It's okay, just okay, right? But that's our starting round, right? Do we have our leads? I'm just gonna have him create also a few pages. All I gotta do is click on it, and it's gonna go back to my prompt and start creating it. And guys, we're gonna do something so cool. You're gonna see it's gonna be so cool in a few minutes. So do you guys are all game to do it like Kanban style, I'm sure, because this is the best way to handle your customer. So this is what we're gonna do next. I'm just letting it go through the motion, right? It won't build a page until I click on it to do it. Now the problem is I hope login can bypass everything. I can't create an account every time, especially it's a fake account. So we're going to solve that. So we started at 17.7 million token. We're now down to 17 million token. It's a lot of apps you can do for 700,000 token. All right, let's try the login button here. See if I can bypass all the noise. Okay, we can use any password. Why? Because we're working on the front end. Again, you guys understand what front end is, right? We're just working on the look and feel. We're not working on anything else. Okay, cool. How do you guys feel so far? Can I get a little bit of feedback? Okay, all right. I hope you guys like it. So, let's really turn that into an app that hopefully will do it good enough that maybe we'll be able to do. Hey, heck, maybe we started Groove CRM. I don't know. So let's click on leads and let's see what happens. Now we either going to have an error or it's going to load something. Okay, is that what we want? No, that's not right. We don't want to manage leads the old way. It's a boring way, but it's not a bad thing, right? By the way, um, once you log in, do you want to see that top menu? No, so I'm going to remove that, right? Once the user logs in, remove the top menu. Okay, good. All right, that's important. So now, for the lead page, now it's very important, right? We're now on the lead page. I want two icons on top. Actually, why even bother with this? Let me just remove that first, okay? I want to remove the top menu. And that way it's going to give us something nice to work with. Now, one thing is I don't want to go through the home page all the time and then navigate back. So I'm going to show you a quick shortcut here after this is done. Boom, boom, boom. So here I think I can just go, let's go check if it's true. I can just go to dashboard, I think. Yeah, and then we don't have to go through the whole motion. Okay, cool. And now if I click on leads, there we go. It didn't remove the top menu. It failed. It failed me wrong. So here's a cool feature. You guys ready? All right, I'm gonna take a screenshot. I'm gonna take this. You can do this on your Mac, save to clipboard. I can actually add it there. Remove the top menu once the user is logged in. The top menu is only for the web page. And document in a wiki. Okay, good. All right, and document in a wiki. That's so important, guys. Can't insist enough. Boom, now it's gonna. So there's, guys, I want to tell you, there's a feature now in Bolt where it doesn't have right now. Every time we do a change, it rewrites all of the code. There's a feature that's called code differential that maybe you can just go in and rewrite portion of the codes that are useful to us, which would save us a ton of time. It would also use less token to do that, but it says that it's experimental, so I turned it off because I was afraid I was going to create all kind of nightmare while doing this training. Okay, I got something a little bit more similar to what I'm looking for. And I'm going to try something just for fun with you guys, just from experience. Where is my Kanban board? Where does it talk about that? To go to the company settings, user management interface. I don't like that. Create a Trello like. I want to go to that one. This is going to be fun. This is going to be so much fun to do that. Okay. And I know I'm being a geek, but it is what it is. Okay. So we're going to do now the Kanban part of it. Remember, the Kanban is our columns, very similar. And I'm going to cheat. I'm going to cheat all the way. I'm going to say, okay, now can you help me program the interface in leads? I want to have a mode where I can switch between Kanban and list. Okay, I didn't do that, but just like type CRM, maybe. Okay. Here's a trick. This is what it looks like now. Makes it easier for AI to process from it. Okay. Oh no, super sorry. I'm just going through the prompt. I'm looking for one thing. I'm making sure that uh it doesn't have any backend stuff, like database stuff. Document all your changes. And I'm gonna give it a, I'm just saying, why not take a screenshot of something we like and absolutely not copy it, okay? And I'm gonna say, I love the way this page looks. Just saying. Just an extra little piece of information, okay? You guys ready? So very important. Again, document all your changes. I was still dealing with it. And then we're gonna get to the fun stuff. We're gonna make we're gonna make all that stuff like come live into a server and all that kind of stuff a little bit after. Who in this group is familiar with GitHub? Taking a wild shot, like on a scale from 1 to 10, what's your amount of knowledge with GitHub? Because I'd love to introduce that to you guys eventually during the training. All right, cool, perfect. I like that. I like that. Because what we can do is we can start putting this up on GitHub and we can start using our own little coding software. Do you guys want to see a project I was working on while we wait for this? Maybe? I know I should never do that. They told me a million times, don't ever do a live demo. Don't ever do a live demo. All right, I'm going to start up a quick server here to show you guys a project I was working on. So, and that took me, to give you guys an idea, about 10 hours to do. So I'm going to click login here. Why is it not working? Login. Oh, I forget sometimes it's not a real server, so it's a little bit slower. You remember here it gave me an error because you didn't look at an email. It's simply because I put in a code to look for validation. Okay, let's see what we get for the first one. You ready? Let's see how good or how bad it looks. I have no idea what to expect yet. Wow, not too bad, right? For a first step. I mean, that took what, a minute to code, right? Let me see. I want to see that in a full page because I don't really have an idea what to expect. Let me see. And then it's just, once we finish this CRM, it's going to be so cool, guys. You're going to see I have some good ideas for it. So, um, can I move stuff around? Well, that's interesting. It's not moving. It's not sticking. What about up and down? Now, I want you guys to tell me if it matters that it's not sticking or not. Does it matter or no? I'm going to say it doesn't matter because what we're going to do is we're going to save in a database the position of each one of these cards. So we're really working on a look and feel today, right? What matters to me is it too wide? Is it too big? Is it yellow? Is it doing what I want? Whether it sticks or not, it's when we tell it to turn it into a real app that's really going to matter to me. Now, I'm just working on a concept right now. List is here, right? Just like we had it, Kanban. Okay, so John Smith can be moved over here. What I don't like. You guys tell me a little bit what you don't like about this. I know exactly the stuff I'd like to see, but you guys give me an idea. I like that. I like that very much. So let's do that. I would like, so let's remind him, right? Please document everything. In the lead table, in the lead page, please make the title of each color look nice. Of each, excuse me, each column look nice. Make the column actually draggable, right? Now, usually I speak to it, which is quite a bit faster, right? And I want to say general, add a pencil to, or, make provisions to edit the column name. Okay. Each column should have a different color. Okay. And the title of the lead within the column should be the same color as the top of the column. By the way, I need the top menu removed within the app once I am logged in. If that doesn't work, then we're going to have to be more technical and tell it how to do it. Okay, it's working on it. So I'm gonna look at the chat for a little bit. It seems like a high altitude crash course or boot camp on a fundamental structuring and application would be super useful. Nolan, maybe I started like this with no knowledge on how to do it, and I've just kind of worked my way through trial and errors. Could be. I don't even know if I have the knowledge to do that. Okay, cool. Let's try to log in again. So maybe I should have started with the, oh, remember we can just go to dashboard here. I have to remember myself. So we don't, whoops, if I misspell it, it's gonna give me an error. No, up dashboard. Okay, all right, leads. Okay, what do you guys think? Come on. Are we getting a little bit more somewhere with this? Okay, now can I move that one? Oh, what about if I do this? Move that one here. Oh, there we go. Now we got the movement working. All right, it does look a little bit high school. Still a problem detected. I see that Martin is paying attention. I appreciate it, buddy. Let's try to fix it. I don't really know which problem that was. So let me see. There's a 404. Oh no, Martin, that was when I accidentally misput the URL on top. Well, now it's going to create a new page for us. It's motivated, right? It's really into it. Now we're going to have a place called dashboard. I don't know what we'll use it for. That's okay. I won't push him too hard on that one. Let's go back to dashboard. Now, can somebody do me a favor and go to that URL from before and see if they can see the changes we made? I think that's good. Things up. We finished. All right, guys, I'm gonna offer you guys a 5 minute break if you want to use the bathroom or anything. Um, can you guys tell me if you want to go until what time you want to go? Do you want to go till 4:30 or 5, or you'd rather cut it off at 4? I don't want people to miss out. So unless almost everybody want to go longer, I'll do that. If not, I'll stop a little bit shorter. We're gonna get to stuff that gets a little bit more interesting, a little bit more complex here. We're gonna try to turn it into a real app in a few minutes. Again, guys, we're doing what's called front end development. We're making it look nice, but right now all you got to do is a paint job. It doesn't do shit. Okay, we just make it look good, but it doesn't work at all. So our job is going to turn it into something that works eventually. There we go. I like it. But this is a useless tool, right? So what are the things I need to be able? Well, do provisions. And right now I'm purposely being very not putting a lot of details into my prompt. Do provisions to add, because sometimes it does it better than me. It's got better idea than I do. Sometimes it doesn't. So do provisions to add new cards, right? I think that's very important. And then we're going to do provisions so that somebody that signs up on your website becomes a new, right? And let's see, can I rename that to, oops, no. Now, I'm going to deploy, so in the URL, it doesn't work or it looks like crap? Which one is it? Hey, James, we're not adding that to Groove, buddy. I appreciate the idea, but we're definitely not adding this to Groove. Maybe if we do an incredible Groove CRM app and I can get the buy-in from John, um, we might add it to Groove. But the problem is, even if we do that, it's not connected to the Groove CRM, so it would have to be a standalone application. So, guys, I was kind of tricking you. It's normal that it doesn't work. Okay. Uh, what is that? Cal.com? Oh, well, why? I'm so disappointed in your comments, Steve. Why? Why not do our own? Should be easy to do. All it is an API to on from Google. So, I mean, cool, but I think we can do our own just as fast, really. All right, let's see what we get here. So now it's so one of the downside in the way we're doing it here is every time it takes a little bit longer. Are you guys do you guys feel like trying this differential stuff so it goes a lot faster for every change? Maybe we'll try that. Okay, and what I do here is it's not typically 100% the way I do it, but what changes did we do last? Do you guys remember add lead, right? Boom. Come on. So I'm gonna put my brother here. I'm gonna say Superman Company, Jesse at superman.com. I hate the way this number comes out here. And then we're gonna make him maybe contacted, and then the value, that's to estimate how much Jesse is worth. Okay, and then it would add here. But again, it's not a real software. We don't add to database. Okay, cool. So now we have a way to add a new lead. This is what I want to do. I'm going to work on what happens when you click on the lead now, right? Does that make sense? Because this is just the most basic information we have. So I want to do the, I'm going to, honestly, I was not very happy with the outcome we got today from, let's try this one just for fun. No, we can do a lot better than that. Actually, yeah, this is a CRM, so we're going to do better than that. What we're going to do is I'm going to deploy it. So see if you click deploy, you guys will be able to see it on that URL that's coming out now. Forgot to do that for a while. So here so what we're deploying is we're deploying that to a temporary server. We'll give it a minute. And let me see, did you guys give me a little bit of feedback? Grok 3, I haven't really tried it. Is it so much better for software and stuff like that? It's funny, I've done a lot of DeepSeek, I haven't tried Grok yet. So maybe we'll try it. So user is suggesting that there's a better prompt called Grok 3, I think, and I've tried it maybe once or twice, very briefly. Let's see what it looks like. And can I upload images? I can. So do you guys want to try Grok 3? Let's see if we all learned something new together. Oh, it released yesterday. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's try it. That sounds really, really cool. I like that. Thank you, Nolan. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for this to finish. And I'm gonna try to deploy one more time. So what that
Matt, I believe we lost audio.
oops, I accidentally pressed on the mute. So I don't know why we're not able to build. So let's give it a couple minutes. John, did you get feedback on until what time we want to keep going, more or less?
People said just keep going on, but did
Oh,
not put a
cool.
lot of time. So I think it will be fair enough to say probably 4 o'clock.
No, I'll go a little longer.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm the boss.
on a run. I'm on a run. Plus, I didn't get to where I wanted to get today. Okay, let's try to deploy again. So funny enough, it's giving me an error when I'm trying to deploy. I haven't had that happen before, but usually I don't stay that long on bolt.cm. I start using another app. And it's okay, guys. Who in here can tell me that I tapped a line of code? Who has seen me tap one line of code since we got started? I truly haven't coded anything at all. So even when something goes out, even when something breaks, I ask the AI to fix it. Okay. Now, sometime AI will get its own way when you try over and over and it doesn't fix itself like here. So I might have to revert back to a prior pose. Let's give it time. We'll let him a couple more fixes. Another thing that I do a lot when I do some AI, I tend to say please and thank you to the thing. And I can't help it. I don't know why. I do a lot of that. And sometimes I'll be struggling to get something done and I'll say thank you at the end. Okay, let's try again. I'm like, yeah, you did it. Okay, we actually made it a couple steps forward, so I'm going to keep going here. It's fixing a completely different problem, so I think it's okay. What's happening here is we created all these codes, and when we try to compile it with a server, the server is having a hard time to compile it. And so it's got to look for a column that is not there, that shouldn't be there, or some digit, or trying to install maybe a dependency we're not using, or something like this. And so it's going to keep on doing that until everything is working right, until it can be deployed. And here I think it's fixing, almost coming up with new problem every time. Why? So let's try to figure it out. I'm going to look at it. Maybe I can. So this is the part that fails here when it's trying to build a project. Let's take a look. See if maybe it's going to be something stupid. And it wouldn't show it to me. Ah, there's nothing I can do about this. Okay, so I'm going to say, do not use the SWC library. Find something to replace it with. So it looks like I think the people at, among other things, the people at Bold.new might have not authorized this library to be used, or it's not loaded, which I'm surprised it wouldn't load. So I'm just going to tell it to use something else. Oh, because it's not allowed to load add-ons, whatever that is. So here, by looking at the error message, I think maybe I managed to fix it by being more specific. I want you to not do that. Really, even quicker now. And that's what I do. That's how I learn, by going through these steps from time to time. Loading is disabled. All right, so I'm giving up. I don't want to tell it something's not working over and over again. So we're going to come back to what we spoke about. I'm going to scroll up and I'm going to go to a restore point. No big deal. And I'm going to try to restore at earlier version of this. So let me see. Boom. Maybe not here. Let me see what other rollback I have. I have one here. Nope. I'm going to keep going up on a rollback. So here I'm not looking at what it says and I actually don't like it. You have to downgrade to an earlier version of Next.js. Doesn't even make any sense why it's doing that. So I'm gonna roll back here. Let me see. I'm gonna do a quick rollback to here, just kind of as a step up. That's a good thing, right? That's why you don't have to be a coder. If something happened that's not working, you can just roll back. Okay, so we're slowly gonna do that. And Robert said, make sure to document what failed, and I should have. Gotta admit. And let me try to deploy here. Actually, I've never done that. That is a good idea. And do I still have that problem? So I'm gonna roll back a little bit earlier. Hopefully it won't be too far back. Now I could easily fix that on some other environment, but within Bolt, I'm kind of confined to what Bolt is gonna let me do here. So let's see. One way to avoid what just happened would have been for me to do a few more deployments, right? If I click deploy earlier, I could have found this problem earlier for sure. So let me try. I'm now trying to deploy in an earlier version. Because so this is what's happening. The server is having a hard time understanding some of the code, so it's failing. So what I can do is I can basically roll back to a previous version and see if I can build a server. What I would have done on my project is I would have loaded the app on one of my server and I could really easily get AI to actually fix it. And the problem is not so much in the code, it's just on whether they are willing to let me load some dependency, I think. So let's see here if I can deploy at this version. Oh, and I got to show you some other stuff you can do. Oh, there's so much. Okay, it looks here like we might get a successful build. Let's see. I don't know how far back we went. Failed building still. Whoosh. This is, I'm gonna make sure the problem is the same. Nope, that we might be able to make it through this one. Let's try it. Sorry, guys, it's gonna happen to you. So it's actually interesting, right? So you roll back and roll back and try to see if you can fix the issue. Again, I'm not doing it because I'm an incredible coder. All I did is found some cool apps that we can use to get things done. All right, let's try to deploy it. Two. What do you guys say? You say yes or no? Gotta take a bet on this. No. Why? What's your problem? Module not found. So, okay, so here I still feel like I can just ask him to fix it. So let's see. And if it doesn't, maybe we'll take it to the next level where we start coding with our own little softwares that I have here. Boom. So that's what happened. He tried to build an API here. So what I'm typing here is remove all reference to Toast, do not use Toast. There's a dependency called Toast, and Toast is like a mini software that developer can use that are shortcuts in codes and can give you pop-ups and things like that. And I think specifically that Bolt is not letting us load Toast. And I think that's why we have a problem. So I'm telling him, look, don't use Toast. If we want to use it later on in our project, we can. Toast kind of looks nice. It's a lot of nice little 3D effect. It's a notification on the upper right of your screen. It's the OKs that comes up when you do something and that kind of stuff. I'm going to show you guys, let me see. I'm going to show you guys the app I've been working on here in the background. No, I mean in the background, I mean for when I'm not working like crazy at Groove, basically. Okay, I just started server. Okay, let me try to deploy it. So what I did is I did securedprocessing.com, right? Oh, it's not fully running yet. Hang on. I'm starting the server. So I did a quick app here that I think is going to be so cool. Where when you log in, you can create invoices for the users, right? So you can go to create invoice. For example, you can say what kind of payment you want. You can select item you're gonna add, this kind of stuff. Let's say I want to do 221 products. You can save as a draft your invoice and come back to it at any time. Required to choose a customer, so save as a draft. Then you can come back and, for example, see your invoice or get more information about your customer that's being generated. You can send that invoice via email. Then the customer can choose to pay. And here you see a list of all your transactions, people that have paid, people that have not paid. You can issue a refund on a transaction. That's really connected to a credit card processor. You can manage your customers. I have a little virtual terminal, so you can take credit card, for example, and you can add a platform fee, say whatever percentage, and then put your expiration date, for example. Oh, if I can just click it, or is it buggy? I know because I didn't create, yeah, so I didn't create a test company yet. Oui. But to give you an idea, for me to do this app, didn't take me but maybe I don't know, 16 hours to do it from A to Z, but it's got a lot of complexity with credit card processing that needs to be properly set up for PCI compliance and all that kind of stuff as well. So that kind of added a new level of complexity. But this gives you an idea what you can do. And look at that. This really does connect into the bank. Right now it's on the test account, right? So it doesn't really matter what I run, but we'll go out to the bank, process a payment, come back, approve it, add it to my list of transaction here. Boom, here's a paid customer. If I go in settings, I can set up all the information about the company. I can create a preview for my invoice, what I want them to look like, and change them, for example, from, green to whatever color or make that blue. And then right away, you can see the change reflecting in your invoice in color wise and yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. And basically that's going to give the people the opportunity to pay via ACH or to pay via credit card, and then people will be able to add a platform fee. So that took about 16 hours to do that. Okay, here it worked. It deployed. So I'm back to this one. I'm going to use login, do a fake login, boom, boom. And let's see what we got. We still have to make it good, right? Meet the requirement of validation. And let's see at what point I broke it. So if I go to leads, I broke it a little bit ago. Do I still have the button add leads? I didn't break it long ago. So even when I went back and I scrolled up, right, and I kept going to restore the checkpoint, it doesn't look like it was that long ago. Can you guys maybe help me remember what I missed, what I had to give up on possibly? Because I see we have that. We have the ability to move the cards. We have our Kanban list. I don't remember. Movable column. Nope, not that one. Anyway, I broke it at some point. So I learned a lesson here, guys. I'm gonna see if we can deploy it more often. Okay, so that we don't do that again. Okay, cool. So we're here. We made it so far. What I really want to do now is being able to manage my do we want the ability to add a column? Would that be super useful? Absolutely, right? So we're going to think about that and say, hey, I want the ability to add a new column in a Kanban board and choose a background color for it. And I want to be able and document your changes. There we go. Ability to import GL. Yeah, well, we haven't done that yet, but yeah, that should be so easy to do this kind of stuff with AI. Okay, should we try Croc 3 now? It's going to be interesting. This AI model seems like it came out yesterday. I mean, no, I'm sure I heard about it a lot. Frank, you're going to have to give me a little bit more details about the retargeting pixel so that I can even consider it. All right, look at it. And you can get a list of everything it did, right? If I wasn't in training, it's a good idea to actually take a look once in a while, right? And kind of see what's going on. One thing I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to go to code and I'm going to look whether it's updating my documentation nicely. Once in a while, it's a good idea to see that. So it's keeping track of my components, which is great. That's going to help AI move so much faster, especially if we move out of Bolt. We cannot stay on Bolt forever. I'll explain why a little bit later. And styling. Okay, cool. So that way it helps being consistent throughout the entire app. Okay, okie dokie dokie dokie. Let's see what we got. And I'm going to try to deploy it because I know we're missing with stuff that actually can break. Doesn't matter. You can deploy as many times as you want. So somebody was saying how it's $20, right? So for $20, you get 2 million monthly token. I looked it up a second ago. So that means today we used 1 million tokens. So we did all this for basically 10% for $2. What do you guys think? Worth it or not worth it? Hey, Abdadi, good to meet you, Gary. Have a safe flight. I'm sure we'll catch up when you get back, and we're gonna do some more interesting stuff. Okay, well, we got all these for $2. Yeah, I know what a retargeting pixel is, Frank. I just want to know within the concept of the CRM, if you don't mind helping me with this. Okay. Uh, okay, it's successfully deployed. We can look at the live version. Let's see what we got. Again, I hate this login page, by the way. It's all messed up. We haven't fixed it, so we'll take care of that. Again, here I'm just using fake data, right? It doesn't matter what you put in there. You can all go to that website and actually try it out. Let me give you the link. And the good thing is that it's usually pretty bug free. So, oh, I'm gonna give the link to everybody. Oh, okay, if I go to leads, look at that. Now, can I add a column? Will it work? New column. Ooh. What do you guys think about that? Ooh, I hate it. I hate it. So what do I like? Here I can change the name of the column with a pencil. Maybe click on it. Pre-made colors. Okay, that's one way of doing it. What do you guys think we should have? Should we have a color picker or pre-made colors? instead of adding as a column to the bottom, I want it on the same line and the ability to scroll left and right with a mouse button or a scroll bar, horizontal scroll bar. I think by the time we're done, we're gonna have a new tool to redo. Remember, David, it's not a live application. It's just we're just doing the front. It's not really working. None of it is working. We're just once we have it all working or looking the way we want, we're gonna tell AI now make it work. And it's gonna start coding connection to the database and all that kind of stuff. Company logo and people photo. Yeah, buddy, I like that. Let's do that. So one great way to do company logo on people's photo is actually to have people log in via Google login. And that way, when they log in via Google, we get their picture as well. So we can totally do that. This page needs to be fixed. Take care of it shortly. All right, cool. All right, and if I go to leads now, I'm going to show you guys just for fun. I'm going to show you some fun stuff now. I mean, at least I consider it fun. Let me see what it looks like on full screen. Maybe that's what I need to. You know what? I hate this page. Guys, this is ugly. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to take a screenshot of it. Really save me a ton of time. And I'm going to tell a Bolt, I hate this page. Instead of having to deal with it all the time. When do you get a 4-4? Are we losing a lot of participant, John? Yeah, so the website we're creating here is it shouldn't give you a 404. Maybe every time I redeploy it gets rid of the old URL. I'm not sure. I'll redeploy here right now.
Sorry, Matt, what was that? I heard my name. I was just.
Are we losing stickiness or are people saying, or are we?
They're sticking it out. So
Okay, good. I want to make sure I don't make it so that this becomes annoying.
yeah. As I said, probably we're still. Somebody just mentioned still over 60 participants. So it's been consistent for the last literally since we started. So
Okay, cool. All right, let's
all right.
click the deploy, guys. And then again, when I deploy it, it allows the server to make sure all the codes are working good, everything is perfect, and therefore, you'll be able to put down on the internet in a live server if the deploy works. If the deploy doesn't work, then we have to work to fix it till the end. And here's a new URL. And the proof is in the pudding, right? Because it goes on the internet. Okay, now I'm gonna see how. So this is what I'm gonna offer you guys. Since we're coming up 4 o'clock, I'm gonna offer you guys to take like a 10-minute break. And then afterwards, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some extravagant stuff. We're gonna keep the app as we have it now. Okay, and we're gonna do stuff that's just pushing the limits of AI a little bit by doing some, very vague prompt, like make this page look better and things like that, and see what kind of result we get. So if you don't want to stay for that, it doesn't matter because I'm sure you guys will try it out anyway at some point. If you want to, I think we'll have fun. And then I suggest that since I'm going about 10 times slower than I thought I would, but it's okay. I'm here to help. We'll also do some automation and stuff like that. Look at that. You can add your columns now. You see that nicely, and you can scroll right and left. Now, if you look at a full screen, it's a much better experience. Let me see. I'm gonna go to last dashboard. We said, and by the way, look how much better that logging page looked a second ago. Look at that. It's nice, right? It's not too bad at all. And then here you want this. So I would rather have a color picker. And I think this app will sell okay to high schoolers, maybe a high school environment. I think we need to turn it into something that looks a lot more professional for a CRM. So I'm going to tone down the color a little bit, make it a little bit more black and white, possibly. Do you guys think that's a good idea? So I love what you said, Joseph. Making the lipstick using AI is easy, but creating the perfect pig, now that's a different story. I'll show you how to create the perfect pig. I have turned all of these apps into workable apps. Also one I did. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's a little bit harder. So I hate this. I hate how this color thing ended up working out. I'm really not a big fan. I think we'll have to work it out. I think I'll do the back end next week, Martin, just because it looks like I think it's gonna be, yeah, we're gonna do the back end probably next week. Okay, so and also the left menu doesn't look good. Again, like I said at the beginning, we will do the front end today. So guys, I'm gonna take a 10-minute break for you guys to do the same thing if you want. If you like this, the only favor I ask of you guys, other than you already spent a lot of money to be here today, is to put a nice note on Facebook on a workflow app, just so that maybe we get more people to come next time and kind of shares that. I really think it's really, really cool. There's about 62 people here. There could be quite a few more. So if you guys want to put a nice note on a workflow app group, that'd be good. If you want to criticize, go for it. I'm getting used to it lately. And so on. So again, let me remind you, I'm getting a lot of comment. I cannot change the color and all that kind of stuff. I agree with you guys. That's true. The reason is because, like, look, if I refresh the page, everything is going to come back like it is before. Whoops, I refreshed the whole bolt. We're just painting a pig right now. That's whoever said that said it the best way. We're just working on a paint job. The system is always going to come back to John Smith. If I refresh, I can move him over here, move him here. It doesn't matter. It's always going to come back to John Smith being here and David being here, because this is just a paint job. We didn't connect that to a database. The database is where you store data. Here we're just doing front end. We didn't do two things to make this project cool. We didn't do the back end, which means a piece of code that says, hey, if John Smith is moved over to qualified, move him from column 1 to column 3. We just made it look good. We did all the little code so that it looks good. You can even edit it, but it's all really a simulation, okay? But next week, what we're going to do is we're going to tell the computer how to behave when we do some changes by doing what's called the backend API. So we're going to program everything in the backend and saving the data in a database, right? For example, right now I can log with any username and password. Why? Is because we didn't store that information anywhere. Next week, when we're done, unless you have the right username and password, you can't get in because your database doesn't have the data about the user. Right now, David Wilson is not recorded anywhere. Sarah Johnson is not recording anywhere. It's just a pen job using HTML. But it's good to start here because it makes it so much easier for AI to then do the backend. So that's what we're going to do next week. But let's take a 10-minute break. And then we're going to try some extravagant AI, do some crazy stuff that almost doesn't make sense. And I think we're going to get good result from it. And then I'll check back with you guys in 10 minutes. Wherever yeah, it looks Samir. I said 4 weeks. I think I'm gonna do more of it. And then so let's take a 10-minute break and we'll go from there, guys. I'll be back in about 10 minutes. I'm gonna check on my kids and then you are welcome to leave. You're not gonna miss anything for where we're gonna go next week. So that's why I'm gonna just do some crazy stuff just to try stuff out. I've always wanted to try. So if you want to leave now, it's not gonna hurt you for when you come back next week. I'm not gonna reference anything we're gonna do moving forward today. Cool. All right, 10-minute break.
All right, everybody, we're gonna have a 10-minute break, as Matt said. Every single connection is gonna be open, and we'll see you guys here at 4:04. Thank you.
There we go. I'm good. All right, guys, I'm back. I'm gonna do about I think about 20 more minutes, maybe 30. I'm gonna do two normal prompts for you guys, and then I'm gonna go into a more crazy prompt here afterwards, just to show you what can be done. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna recall about when we did this last time. We know we can restore to that point. Just to show you where my mind is going real quick, I'm gonna tell you that I want this is maybe the right way to do it, right? The top of the columns, color block to be the width of the column, and rectangle, not round, right? I think that'd be a nice change. And reduce the heights of the title block by 15% maybe. So I'm gonna try that first, and I'll show you why, because I think this looks very childish. Maybe I'm wrong. That's why I don't work in UI UX. By the way, so you guys know my biggest weakness is definitely UI UX overall. That's where I don't perform usually too well. And then now, after we do that, this is like a proper clean prompt. We're gonna try to do some crazy level prompt just for fun, just to show you guys the possibilities of what's out there. Okay, I'm gonna click on leads. And look at that, it already looks so much cleaner, right? And I can say, and so on. So we could do that. We could do the same thing for the cards, right? To make them look a little bit cleaner. We can reduce some of the padding, but I want to try something a little bit more different. Okay. I'm going to say, I think the leads page looks very childish. Now I want you to act as a, actually even better. Let's try this Croc 3. Because I know it's going to do a better job. I'm going to take this, and we're going to try Croc 3 as we've been suggested to do here. We'll take a screenshot. And now we're going to discovery mode together. I'll make sure I can add a screenshot. Oh, I can't, or did I miscopied it? Let me try again. Maybe I didn't paste it properly. Save to clipboard, and let's see if I can paste it here. Yeah, okay. I am working on this app, and I think the page looks very childish. It is for a professional CRM software that users will use to keep track of their leads using Kanban. Act as a, so that's where it's different. Now, instead of having act as a professional developer, I'm going to ask him to act as a professional UI UX expert. UI means UI UX is really the look and feel, right? The user experience. That's what the X stands for. And the UI is the user interface. User interface looks more into, are the button put in the right places, and is it consistent throughout the app? And UX is more like, hey, does it look nice, right? So act as a professional UI UX expert who earned several awards, and give me a prompt to give my my AI agents that they can make this page more useful, more UI, and more UX friendly. And let's see what we get out of Croc 3 with a simple prompt like this. She's got multiple awards. Wow, this is going to be a big prompt. So I would design my local AI system, I've never tried it on Bolt, right? But I told you guys would go crazy and try something, right? So let's put it on Bolt. I'm gonna remove this right here because I don't know how it interprets the quotes, and I'm gonna say document all your changes. And let's see. I think that's a crazy prompt just for one page, right? There's a lead page redesign. I'm gonna say leads page. Okay, what do you guys say? Do you guys think we're gonna have success or destroy the whole thing? On your mark, set, go. I'm interested to see what's gonna come out there. Whoops. Okay, let me stop. Yeah, I was told I'm using Croc 2 instead of Croc 3. Do I need a login basically to be able to use Croc 3 or let me see. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's try again. Let me see. Maybe if I don't know if I still have my previous prompt. Let's see. I probably lost my prompt, right? IA? Did I lose my prompt? Probably. So let's redo it. So what's happening is IA in the chat mentioned to me, hey, you're using an older version of Croc, which basically means it's not really, you're not benefiting from trying the latest version. So let's try it. So switch model, go back to 3, and I'm going to say the same thing, right? You are a UI UX expert who has won several awards. I don't know why it makes a difference, but it really does. Please look at this image of my leads page on a CRM and create a prompt for AI, make it for an AI agent to code it to make it so much more professional, useful, and UI UX friendly. The current page seems very childish to me. The user should have a better experience. Right. So yeah, I wasn't logged in. That's why I lost the prompt, definitely. And let me text the image again. I'm going to pull it back. So guys, again, here we're playing around as promised. So let's see what advice is going to give us. And usually I get off, I would have gotten off of Bolt and going to proper coding by now, which is something we're going to look at. Really, maybe I should have saved my prompt, I think. Nope. So I think the image didn't carry over, so that's okay. I'm going to redo it real quick. Start time is a charm. Okay, let's see what we get. I can tell you, Frank, it took me a little while to learn this. Even though when you look at that, sometimes you think like it's so simple, but to get to here, it takes a little while. Okay, I'm not even gonna read it, but I'm gonna take that back to Bolt up, and I'm gonna say make sure to document all your changes in a wiki. And since I don't know how long ago it did it for the last time, I'm gonna say here markdown files. And you'll know what to do from here. So markdown files again. Remember, it's a folder we created. Um, there we go. Let's see. I'm wondering what we're gonna get. Oh, did he need the image? I think it's okay. I just wanted the prompt. Let's see how it goes. It's definitely thinking. There we go. Ooh, that looks sexy for a millisecond there. So it was really thinking. So there you go. I think we actually did pretty darn good. Let's see if we can deploy it. This is a lot more in line with what I was looking to do from the get-go. If it deploys, we might have a winner here. Now, it might have used some kind of React or some things that Bolt doesn't like, but again, we can make it work on another server. So for screenshot, Frank, I just do the Control-Shift-4. I could use Snagit, but the other one is a little bit faster, and I do get them in there. I don't modify it or anything, so it works. I'm just using the built-in screenshot. It deployed. So let's see what we got. Everybody, if you want to visit that URL, you can actually mess with it. Just remember, you can log in by putting any username and password for now. And here's a URL. It's dropped in the chat. And I'm going to do it myself. Take a look at the URL. And this is a lot more in line with what I was looking for. Look at that. Now, this is a lot more professional, I think. What do you guys say? Yeah, I think it came through, right? We got our search on top. We get some information about our leads, so total value. So what it doesn't matter. The numbers are completely fake, but eventually when we connect that to a database, it's going to give us some good numbers. So I'm noticing a few things, right? We had the ability before to add a column. That seems to be missing. It kind of stuck to that crappy thing here. Didn't care. I don't care for it too much. The add lead button. Okay. Um, and then let's do a couple more crazy prompt. Let's see how far we can go, right? Um, and then we'll call it a day. I hate the left menu. It looks bland. Please make it look like the lead page and documents all the changes. Okay, if you guys have any question, please let us know in the box your question, and I'd be happy to do a little quick FAQ. And then, so here I kind of just wanted to show you what you can do sometimes. You can give so much freedom to the AI and say, just make it better, right? And it's going to do a better job than me, obviously. I think also that it's very important, especially if you give it a long task, right? To issue a prompt from something like ChatGPT or Croc 3, right? Or something like that. Why? Because it's gonna create a quality prompt because it knows already how to communicate your prompt. And look at that! Look at that fail! Ugh. The idea is there, but it came out really bad. So when you get something that's so bad, looks so ugly, I don't even try to fight with it. I'm just gonna go back and say, you know what? I'm rolling back, buddy, but thanks for the offer. Doesn't work for me. And we're now rolling back. Okay, guys, let me take a few questions. If not, so I will see you in 2 weeks from today, not next Thursday, but in one after. A good idea, guys. Go on Bolt and play with it. I think if you spend those $20, could be the best $20 you ever spent. I mean, that depending what you want to do in your life, but for me, I don't know. I felt like he opened so many doors. Um, in 2 weeks, we're gonna really work on our lead page itself. Here, what you click, what happens when you click on the card, and that's why we're gonna keep track of all the customer demographic on the left column. Okay, we're gonna keep track of their phone numbers, our interaction with them. We're gonna have a place where we can send email to them and receive all the email we receive from the customer. Add notes about the customer. Some notes will be private. The ability to pin some notes to the top. Maybe we can go all out and try to do some SMS message directly from the CRM. I think that'd be really, really cool. And and that's it, really. And then we're gonna go into maybe next week, maybe the week after, because it's moving a little bit slower than I thought. Maybe we can look into connecting it to a database and make it functionable right off the bat. Somebody's asking me, so let me take some of the question here. So one about Bolt.diy. I'm using it, but you have to host it on your own server. So it's not accessible here and you're gonna end up spending money and some credits anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So let me see, I'm reading some question. If there's a plan for maintaining the command centers, a consulting asset that were part of the program and a white label services, or is a plan for the third program to only be centered around development training from now on? I think we are. I'm talking to Mike. As a matter of fact, I'll be. And if you want to stop the recording, John, now, I think it doesn't have to be. This is not really related to the training. Yes, we probably will maintain the command center. I just haven't gotten to it yet, and it would be kind of on me to do that.